Hello, my name is Austin Middlebrooks. I'm here with River Baltimore Church, and I'm here to give my testimony of hope. Now, I'm going to tell a story about what I've been through and all the little things corrupt that I did too. From a little boy to the man I grew up to. It started with my mama and it started with my pops. Fighting and clashing, the neighbors called the cops. Abused and abused, yes, my heart had hiccups. Tyler was just born when they decided to split up. Just another toy for them to come beat up. Wondering why they would ever want to beat us. I was their mistake, God formed out to feed us. Locked in the basement, they never wanted to see us. We were hungry and starving, they never wanted to feed us. Even the dogs, yeah, the dogs ate better. Feeling like death, getting beaten so bad. Tyler's jaw broken, my chest caved in. There was blood all around us, and it felt like the end. But social services came, and they swept that house. Finally, we get to leave this house. As crazy as it seems, I seen daylight for the first time. The news was outside, and I ran from the headlines. I run into the street and get hit by a car driving by. Now there's glass in my face and blood filling my eyes. The doctor said 1 centimeter more and I would have been blind. But God was there and I healed over time. Went to the psych ward, the next place in line. I'm medicine doped up, coughing all my pills up. My body was so weak that I couldn't keep my food down. Now time goes on and they decide to let me go. Miss Sharon came and took me to where I need to go. She said, this place is really nice and this is your new home. But I grabbed her with my arms and cried, don't let me go. Cause after the first one was always the next one. 42 families and only one was a nice one. I refused to let them love me and gave up on the right one. Everything was temporary, even my lifeline. My heart's had enough, and I just want to die, so I went to my room, I tied a rope and I ended my life. But somehow, some way, God reached down and saved my life. I turned 18 and I signed out the system just to see my mom who was living in addiction. I have 3 new brothers and they all been afflicted. It was almost like having kids and inflicting pain was her mission. Now I gotta fend for myself and I don't know how to do it. I get into trouble, I start forging checks and shooting bullets. I managed to get by robbing and gunning, but now the cops know, so I'm constantly running. Now my past caught up and the cops get to cuffing. Serving a prison bid on a hard matted bed. Thoughts of my life, they keep flashing in my head. I was still looking for a home, so I joined a gang, but boy was I dumb, I had nothing to gain. I got tired of the grave, so I moved to PA. I was trying to seek help and get my life out the gray, but I became an addict like my mother who knew. Now I'm slumped on a corner shooting H and smoking K2. I smoked so much that my body turned blue. I knew I had to quit, I knew I had to live. This is not what I wanted, no, it's never been. So I started praying, and I prayed for weeks. Time went on and all I did was pray and weep. Then God came down in the form of an old white man, and as we drove in his small box van, he said, I created you. You are my child and I love you. In that very moment, I felt and received the Holy Spirit, and in the blink of an eye, my high was gone and I became sober. Now my old life was over. I had to move on. I made a call and it was Jan Gardner. I was moved to a safe place, far away from the noise, so that I could pray and listen to hear God's voice. I was told to go right and to never go left, and every time I went right, I was blessed. I met my first father. His name is Pastor John. He took me under his wing. He taught me more about God. My calling has come, so I'm gonna preach out for God, because now I have a family, thanks to the love of God. He has transformed my thoughts and allowed me to love again. So when Satan appears, I'll step on his neck and tell him I'm never going back again, because it's 10 steps forward from this moment on and never 1 step less than that. Thank you.